Hi! Did you know what HAD in Building Laws and Regulations? HAD is constitutes a project under Housing Development Act. Okay, now let's see what is constitute a project under Housing Development Act (HDA). First, protection for residential title house buyers. This act also provides protection to certain commercial title new projects. For example, service apartment or SOHO, which is project development more than 4 units of housing accommodation, for example, terrace, bungalow, semi-detached and cluster. If person construct 4-unit house is not governed by this act, and only developers are governed by this act. Less than 4 units of housing accommodation is not under this HDA. Type of example house is used individual or land title. Example case study HDA Sunway Eastwood Semi-detached. Master plan show units of housing is more than 4 units including commercial. This one of example project that governed by housing development are the high-rise building like condominium, apartment, etc. is under Housing Development Act HDA? The answer is yes, because it is type of residentials, which is every floor have a unit of accommodation. This is because it has a lot of units and should exist more than, and also including facilities for residents of the building like a gym, shops, halls and others. Then, this type of housing is used Example case study HDA La Costa Condominium. Master plan show the subdivision level for the condominium blocks and the types of facility for the high-rise project types. Normally, high-rise building is built with the facilities to provide convenience to the community. Development of commercial buildings. Below the Housing Development Act HDA is not just for housing only, but it also including the commercial project like a shops, office, factories and the. But for commercial development, it will only apply this act if the commercial building is once built with a housing project exceeds 4 units. This means if the developer builds only a commercial project without housing, it is not governed this act. So, all of these commercial must planning and build with housing scheme under one project development. The difference between residential and commercial property. Enjoy your very own full-fledged kitchen and decorate it to your taste. Utilities bills, hard rent and assessment fee flow residential rates cheaper than commercials. You must follow the rules of Malaysia's Bomber Department and install water sprinklers. You cannot turn your commercial property into the house or even throw a party as it will land you some serious leak. You are not allowed to have a kitchen, only one pantry. Restaurants are an exception, but only with special approval. Commercial rates for utility bills, with rents, assessment fees are higher compared to residential. Conclusion of required constitute of Housing Development Act. First, governed to this act if housing like terrace, bungalow, semi-detached and cluster more than 4 units. High-rise building like apartment, condominium, flats. commercial building like shop, office, factory must include the housing project more 4 units under one development planning. Project's owner. Developer company, which is person is not governed this act even total of house unit is more than 4. What is the difference between landed and non-landed property? Difference between an individual landed and strata title non-landed. First, an individual title which is landed. An individual title landed is issued to a landed property such as a house like terrace, samidi, bungalow which has its own land. For strata title or non-landed are issued for individual units in the high-rise property such as condominium, retail complex, apartment, certifying ownerships, dimensions and area of each property units. Type of landed properties in Malaysia: samidi, bungalow, terrace. For the second one is type of non-landed properties in Malaysia: condominiums, townhouse, and retail complex. Difference between owning a landed and non-landed strata scheme. First, share unit is based on the land area of the parcel and its accessory parcel. The building is private property that must be maintained by the owner. This includes the roof, external wall, and building facade including repainting. The owners to get fire insurance coverage for the property is on the parcel's owner. Landed properties. Share unit is based on the built-up area of the parcel and its necessary parcels. The management body maintains the common property comprising the roof, external wall, building facade and common areas using the common funds in the maintenance accounts and the sinking fund. The owners to get fire insurance coverage for the entire subdivided buildings, including the individual building parcel, is on the advantage of landed properties. Large space. These homes are perfect for raising a family and freedom to make liberal modification to the place without worrying about size constraints. Higher resale value. Depending on the location, landed properties will typically appreciate better in the long run. Quiet. Properties that are located further away from the city will be much more peaceful and tranquil. Furthermore, the space between homes will curb the issues of noise disturbances from your disadvantage of landed properties. Especially in the city areas, wanting to live within a 20 to 25 minutes distance from workplace in the city will cost as the price of landed properties in these areas can soar. More upkeeps and maintenance. With great space comes great responsibility, which is need to footings the bill for repairs, maintenance, and other security. Need a trusted security guard service and home alarms in place. Landed properties are usually bigger target for burglary. Structure for a traditional project is shown below. Structure for a traditional project. First, the owner and developer in charge of the whole enchilada. They hire everyone and are responsible for securing financing, leasing. General contractor. The GC in the charge of building the projects. A GC may have as many as 25 or 30 subcontracts working for him on the project. Architect. The architect can be the key to a successful development project. The architect designs the building and is in charge of looking over the contractor's shoulder to make sure that its design is built accurately. Electrical engineer. The electrical engineer will design an electrical system and component for the building and ensure that his design is implemented successfully and connected successfully to the outlet. Civil engineers. The civil engineer deals with site issues and ensures that the building is situated on the site where it should be, and that the guarding of the site is as drawn in his plans. The civil engineer also manages storm drainage. Structural engineer. The structural engineer rules is usually toward the beginnings of the projects. They ensure that the project designed by the architect is done so that it can support the load the building requires. Mechanical engineer. The mechanical engineer will design the HVAC and plumbing system for the building and ensure that his designs are built. Tenants. Tenants, if involved upfront, will often be available to provide inputs. This is especially important for build-to-suit projects. Financiers. Occasionally, you will receive oversight from parties providing financial assistance to the project, namely banks providing construction loans and permanent financing. Third-party inspectors. Often times of multidisciplinary of other entities will require inspections to be made of the projects. Many financiers require a third-party inspector to be hired to ensure that the loan funds are being used. That's all. Thank you for watching.